Welcome in to Ravens Rundown by Chat Sports. Tyler Jones here. Thanks for joining us. On today's show, I'm going to give you 5 free agents who, if they signed with the Ravens today, they would be a starter on this Ravens roster. We'll go over those and more coming up in just a matter of moments. Before we do, the march continues towards 10,000 subscribers here on the channel. We are less than 200 away from getting to that milestone now. Just 176 more, and we will be there. If you subscribe, you are going to be a part of our daily news and rumors segments here on the channel. We are also bringing you our mailbags from time to time, live shows, and watch parties for marquee games throughout the season. And the more subscribers we get, the more of that type of coverage we can bring you here on the channel. So, let's do what we can to get to 10,000 subscribers and keep this train on moving here on Ravens Rundown. Join the flock. Subscribe for free today. You'll be glad you did, and we'll get started with today's show. Let's start with Dalvin Cook. And I know what some of you may be thinking. Wait, don't the Ravens already have J.K. Dobbins and Gus Edwards? Yes, they do. But Dalvin Cook is better than J.K. Dobbins. And we have heard the rumblings about the uncertainty with J.K. Dobbins' future and the cryptic tweets and all that and wanting to get paid. And I'm almost to the point where I'm like, J.K., you haven't been able to stay healthy. When you've been on the football field, it's been a roller coaster. You've looked great and other times not so great. Maybe I'd just rather go with Dalvin Cook to be the starting running back in all honesty. Former second-round pick out of Florida State, 4-time Pro Bowler. Dalvin Cook has been consistent. He has been a workhorse, been fantastic in his early days so far in the National Football League. He's coming off a season where he had not only 8 touchdowns, but close to 1,200 yards last year. And literally every season of Dalvin Cook's career has been better than anything J.K. Dobbins has done. And as the days go by, Dalvin Cook's price continues to drop and get cheaper. So this could be a possibility, especially if J.K. Dobbins continues to be unhappy. Might be an opportunity to upgrade if you're the Ravens and go with Dalvin Cook instead of J.K. Dobbins. Should the Ravens sign Dalvin Cook? Why for yes and for no? That's our pinned comment today. Your chance to tell me what you think about the possibility. Should Baltimore bring in Dalvin Cook? Weigh in the comment section. Tell me what you think. Why for yes, in for no, if the Ravens should sign Dalvin Cook or not. Next on our list is DeAndre Hopkins. And the Ravens have made massive improvements to their receiving core in 2023. No question about it with what they've done to bring in OBJ, Nelson Aguilar, Zay Flowers. All of that's been good. But I think DeAndre Hopkins would probably still fall in line to be one of your top 2 receivers for this Ravens team if you were to bring him in. Although he's on the back end of his prime now, I think he still has something left to offer. A 5-time Pro Bowler, previously played with the Arizona Cardinals and the Houston Texans, set 3 franchise records there in Houston. He'll have his number retired there someday, and he could be a Hall of Famer at some point in time. Last year, he missed the first 6 games due to a PED suspension, but he was solid when he came back for the final 9 games of the year with over 700 yards receiving and 3 touchdowns. He would be a deep threat that would be huge for Lamar Jackson to have. We know that Todd Monken and company wants to push the football more down the field. Why not DeAndre Hopkins be that guy to help get this offense be more effective in the deep passing game? I think that could very well be your solution there. Let's go to the defensive side of the ball now, and I present you a very familiar name to Ravens fans. That is Justin Houston. Justin Houston still waiting around to see where he would ultimately go. And although I think the Ravens have a lot of reason to be optimistic about some of their young players in the front 7, I think that Justin Houston, there would still definitely be a place for him to be a starter for this Ravens team if he wants to come back. And we saw last year, leading the team in sacks with 9.5 in 2022, that he is still playing some really good football at this point in his career. You go back to years ago when he was with Kansas City and had over 20-plus sacks that season. Sure, he's not that guy anymore, but he's still an electric factory. 9.5 sacks, 7 tackles for loss, and 1 forced fumble last year. The year prior, 4.5 sacks, 6 tackles for loss, 1 forced fumble. And on top of all that, the statistics aren't going to show you this, but this is just a fact, folks. Justin Houston is a very good teammate. He's a good leader for this young core there in Baltimore. Why would you not want to have Justin Houston in that locker room? I would love the idea of bringing Justin Houston back for another go-round here with this Baltimore Ravens team as far as I'm concerned. Got some more names to get to in a second, but first, Ravens jerseys are on sale now. You may be wondering, where can I get these Ravens jerseys? Well, you're in luck. You can get yours at chatsports.com/Ravens jersey. Whether you want to represent Mark Andrews, Lamar Jackson, maybe you want to throw it back to Ray Lewis or one of the new guys like Zay Flowers, whatever it may be, we have all different players. We have all different types of jerseys, whether it's the purple, the gold, the black, whatever it may be, and shapes and sizes. Every Ravens fan, young, old, tall, short, whatever they may be, everybody's covered with their opportunity to get the Ravens jersey that they want. What are you waiting for? Get yours now, right in time before the season begins. Wear it for the rest of the offseason. Enjoy yourself and represent your favorite team at the same time. Chatsports.com/Ravens jersey is the place to get it. That's chatsports.com/Ravens jersey to get yours today. Next on the list, another familiar name to Ravens fans, and that is Yannick Ngakoue, who still remains one of the top players available in free agency at this point in time. And Yannick Ngakoue, as Ravens fans know, remember he played here at one point in time, and he's been a journeyman of some sorts, despite the career that he's had, which has been very solid as far as I'm concerned. He's worn multiple uniforms with most recently the Colts, the Raiders, Minnesota, and Jacksonville. The 2017 season was definitely the best of his career when he led the league in forced fumbles and was a Pro Bowler that year as well. And many are asking, why? Why is Yannick Ngakoue still available at this point in time? Greg Rosenthal of NFL Media put it this way. Sacks and QB hits, sell. But Ngakoue's inability to stop the run is probably why he's likely headed to his 6th team in 4 years. Ngakoue would start for this Baltimore Ravens team. I think so. But I do think that the thing with Ngakoue that stands out to me is that you have other run stoppers that can do well the things that Ngakoue struggles in that sense, that you can fix those things as far as that goes. I think you can find a way to still make it work with Ngakoue in that sense. So pick one to sign. Obviously, the Ravens don't have a whole lot of money to spend. If they could have one or the other, which guy would you rather have? Would you rather bring back Justin Houston, or would you rather bring back Yannick Ngakoue? Wait in the comment section, pick one to sign, type JH for Justin Houston, type YN for Yannick Ngakoue. Let me know which guy you'd rather have. Last on our list is offensive guard Dalton Reisner. And there's some question marks about Ben Cleveland and the interior of the offensive line, if it's good enough to go for this Baltimore Ravens team. Obviously, Tyler Linderbaum is going to lead the way at the center spot, and I'm very excited to see what he brings to the table. But the guard spot has some question marks. And you lose Ben Powers. He goes to Denver. This could be kind of a trade without being an official trade. You could go get Dalton Reisner, who was most recently with the Denver Broncos. Back in 2019 was a all-rookie team selection. The best thing you can say about Dalton Reisner has been his consistency. Over the last 4 seasons, the guy's been very dependable, very reliable, starting in 62 games over that stretch. Every game he played, he started in those 4 seasons, 62 total to be exact. Greg Rosenthal of NFL Media on Dalton Reisner saying this: yes, he was that dude who pushed Broncos backup quarterback Brett Rippon on the sideline on Christmas Day. Rippon probably had it coming for him. He's also started 62 games at an above-average level since entering the league. He's good enough. We'll put it that way. So to recap, 5 guys that could start for the Ravens if they were to sign today. Dalvin Cook, DeAndre Hopkins, Justin Houston, Yannick Ngakoue, and Dalton Reisner. Before we go, we gave you 5 names. Who's a player the Ravens should sign? Whether it's one of those 5 or somebody else. Let us know in the comments section. Name a player you think the Ravens should sign. Hit me up on social media, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Tyler Jones Live. That's where you can find me. The show always continues there. We'll see you next time here on Ravens Rundown.